All right, welcome to a new style of trade recap. What I'm going to do, I'm going to talk through what I'm looking at before market opens and then do a recap afterwards. So similar to yesterday where I did live trading, but I'm just going to talk about my bias sort of. It's not really a bias, it's just how I'm marking out the chart before going in. So then when I do the trade recap, I don't have to talk about what I saw before market open because I've already done it. So without further ado, let's get right in. We had CPI come out, um, bearish, the same. So pretty bog standard news really. And if we look at the 1 minute candle, we're already back above data highs again. We mark out the data low. Just put DL for data low. We're already back above the data highs again on NQ as well. So if we zoom back out into the 4 hour time frame over on ES, CPI swept out these 4 hour lows, which is something to keep in mind. CPI swept out these 4 hour lows, and NQ did not sweep out these 4 hour lows, but it did take out these hourly lows though. So that's something to keep in mind. That leads me to believe for the day, I think our attainable drawn liquidity is up. So we've got hourly highs, hourly highs, hourly highs. These ones are 4 hour highs. That's it. ES, we've got relative equal hourly highs. These ones are 4 hour highs. And then hourly highs. They're both 4 hour highs actually. Okay. So with that in mind, we've got this data low here. We've already swept out this liquidity that was being generated on this leg up during London session. So the only low resistance low we've got is data lows, which is it unlikely to come back down here? Yes. So what would I probably be looking for? Once this candle closes, we make a 15-minute fair value gap, but maybe see pushes into that. And then just legs higher. We can also take into account quickly that NQ is way above these highs already, so I might just delete those because ES is also just grabbing them now. Not yet grabbed them. So that's also something to keep in mind. Data has took out lows and now highs as well, so that is something to keep in mind. We could just be going sideways again today. But all I can really go off today is the data low. This imbalance if one gets created, and then moves up to these equal highs, or we just come right back up here, generate liquidity on the way up, and then we see 5 minute retraces and then moves down. That's what I'm looking for today. Yeah, I will see how it goes. Looking to risk 1% today. That's it. We will just see what happens. We'll see how it goes. All right, what is going on? So you've just seen the bias video. I'm gonna keep doing this sort of format, talking about before market open and then market open. It helps, I think, just me anyway in general. I am really cold by the way. That's why I've got this jumper on now. Also had a haircut this morning. No longer got a barnet. Anyway, let's get right into this. So, if I can't recall what I was saying, but I do remember saying it could be unreasonable to come down to data lows. Well, we came down to data lows. So I'm talking about ES because ES just flumped. So right before market open, ES took out those 4 hour highs there. And NQ took them out bit earlier than market open, or a bit earlier than ES, sorry. Quite a bit earlier than ES actually. So I was gonna sort of disregard it, but the fact that ES had just swept at market open, or on market open, like right before, I was like, it could be important. And ES wasn't just pushing past it like NQ was. So that was my liquidity sweep that I took, and it was a 4-hour liquidity sweep. Now, what are we waiting for? We're waiting for 5-minute confluences. We get a 5-minute breaker structure on the market open candle at 9:30. Same on ES. And ES just shit. There was nothing on ES. Imbalance. We had this 15-minute imbalance that I was talking about did get made, and we just ripped right through it straight away. Same on NQ. We did make it. There, ripped right through it. So that's whatever. And then we had a 5-minute breaker structure on both. I'm like, cool. And what do we do? After a high time frame sweep, we wait for a 5-minute retrace. And what I was doing was, right, ES got to data lows really quick. ES was way ahead of NQ at this point. Just so much like quicker moving down. So that was the SMT that I took. I took NQ as the lagging index. I took NQ as the lagging index because ES was already shitting and NQ was not. So we had that 5-minute breaker structure, and then I was waiting for a 5-minute up candle close. And this candle here was up until the last like 10 seconds. So that's what I was taking as the retrace. I draw an equilibrium from this high down to this low because this candle was blue until like the last 10 seconds. So I had it drew on. In hindsight, I should have waited a little bit longer, but the equilibrium coincided with this 1-minute fair value gap right there. And I wanted to enter off of that candle close. By the time I'd calculated my stop and how many contracts that I needed, it was down here. So very unlucky fill, one could say, as if I was filled where I wanted to get filled, then would have been much better risk to reward ratios. But it's okay. It is completely okay. So we got that close out of equilibrium and that down close candle. I was like, cool, boom, entered in right there. A bit more drawdown. Let me move lower. What I did do just to solidify myself and give myself conviction in this was move this low down to that low. And right, we've just wicked into equilibrium there. So yeah, and then from then we were just chopping, bit of profit. It was very slow movements until 10:15 where we hit both take profits in the same candle. So we had a take profit here at the data low and then a take profit here at those 4-hour lows. ES at that point was already sweeping out these lows, right? So our take profit was the data lows and then these lows on NQ. ES by that point, well, before that even, at 10:10, well, we swept that low first at 10:10. That's those lows down here. So ES was way ahead of NQ. NQ is definitely the lagging index. We could be forming a high time frame SMT right now. In a few hours, but ES has swept out these lows. So then I was just like waiting and holding, and then boom, one candle, both TPs hit 794 on the day, account balance 49780, which is good. Recovered most of what we did wrong yesterday, and in fact the account balance now is at where it should have been after the loss yesterday. So the emotional mistakes that we made yesterday gone. I believe today was a solid trading day. I was happy with the risk I laid out. I was happy with the trade. I had max conviction with the trade. I risked the right amount as I said I would. I literally risked 1.1% because I calculated 1% risk and then we got a push down, so it made it a little bit bigger. So 286 stop loss, times that by 50 cents because we were on micro NQ. I had 4 contracts, so I risked $560. I know it's the wrong way around, I don't really care. And yeah, happy with the day. We were an observer and we reacted to what price was telling us. The trade was very obvious because ES was doing similar with this imbalance given a reaction. It was just a lot lower down because yeah, it's just a lot lower down. So super happy with the trade. As you can see, I could have got a better fill if I was patient and waited for this 5-minute candle to close up at 9:45. I don't think that would have been the trade that presented itself, because after 9:45, which is here, there's not much to go off because this imbalance gets invalidated, and then we're chopping up. So I think I did the right thing today and took the trade when I did. So yeah, that's the trade recap. I hope this video format is good with the talking about market open, well, talking about the market before market open. We were quite wrong today. We were saying the attainable draws are up here, those hourly highs, but we were very wrong. But what happened, and we reacted correctly off of what price gave us, because it is good to come into these markets with no expectations. So yeah, winning day. You can just see the account balance there. Tomorrow, we're risking 1% again. We have got PPI tomorrow, and I think markets will move a lot more tomorrow because job data seems more. Investors seem to care more about job data at the minute than inflation data, which is where the economy's at right now. So that's okay. So it could be a no trading day tomorrow. We'll just see what market gives us and we'll react accordingly like we have done today. That is my trade recap. I'm going to log out of my broker now. And that's done. So, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.